Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. So, if you are unaware of how it works, Zareth usually does not throw up like a double peace sign. You can go watch the first half on his channel, like it, describe it, and then come back here and watch the second half, and we'll just continue everything that we didn't do in the first half.
Very well.
However, we will not do Speed GAC this week.
Oh no, why
I
not?
know, I know. So we actually discussed this and we realized that it would probably be a little bit of like cheating in my favor because I didn't feel well the first round, so I didn't even play it. And you played it for me.
I did.
So I would only have to recap two and you would have to recap four.
Hey, wait, that's not. or I would just do the first third of yours, and I would just take like a full minute to do that.
Right. So you could sabotage me. So it's
Or
just
you
best
could
to skip it.
sabotage me. Yeah.
Just skip it. So
Yes, Sarah.
so no speed GAC, but we will do viewer questions because I personally really enjoyed these two. I think they're good questions.
That makes me nervous. I didn't actually read them beforehand,
Oh
so.
man, I love how little prep work you do and how much I just am like, yeah, this is it, and you just have to follow the bouncing ball.
I
It's
do.
great. It's great.
It's great.
Okay. So the first question is from Matthew 1908. What is
You
your
really pronounced it Mafiu?
yeah?
Okay.
How would you pronounce it?
I think it's a fun way to say Matthew, like Matthew.
Oh, maybe.
Let us know, everyone. I don't even care what Matthew thinks. Everyone in the comments, let us know what you think. Are you Team Adam? Sorry, Team Zareth. Whoa.
Oh, real name drop.
Oh
Uh,
man, Team Zareth or Team Sarah in terms of how you pronounce this name? It's spelled Mafew.
a few.
Matthew.
Anyway.
Or are you Team Adam?
What?
One of the three.
Focus.
Okay.
What is your approach on 6E plus mods for pilots? Do you just use what's on them and slice it up, or do you still slice the best speed, like best mods, and then quote unquote waste them on pilots?
Hmm.
Swap your mods back and forth for game modes. Like how do you handle pilots?
Would you like to go first?
So I personally don't enjoy putting my best speed mods on pilots unless for whatever reason they also double as a character that needs to have a high speed, which I don't think any of them do. Um, so I don't like doing that. I will mod the character how like I think they should be modded. And if I have a 6 dot mod that works for it, that doesn't have a lot of speed that I'm not going to use elsewhere, I'll throw it on them. And then I just start slicing up their mods to 6 dot.
Okay.
And then I
So,
will, I will, the only game mode I swap back and forth for is light side territory battles. That's the only game mode I swap my mods for.
okay.
So,
That's fair. So in light side territory battles, I
mhm.
typically just like if you use the negotiator pretty much exclusively, then like all of my those characters already have 6 dot mods anyways.
Right.
Basically on both accounts. But yeah, so yeah, obviously like you need to prioritize which pilots you're going to be using. Like for instance, I would love to get the Radis pilots up to something awesome, but I don't like I can't afford 60 mods on Rose right now. I just unfortunately like I can't. We have too much stuff going on. So, too many good characters coming out, too many good teams. But what I have done, the characters that need it, like the First Order fleet, for instance, like they just need it. If you want to counter things in it, like you need to be at a pretty high level. Like you're always going to benefit from having more 6E. And so what I'll do something similar to what you did, Sarah, is like I'll put specifically mediocre mods on them, like not bad mods, but like mods that are like, well, okay, you probably aren't a good enough character to warrant this. Like, okay, Phasma, sorry, I don't love you enough to put a ton of really good mods on. Like I don't have her Omicron, or anything, for
Hmm.
territory wars. And so, if I was doing that though, then I'd put the right stats on her, on that character, and then like you said, Sarah, like I'd roll them up. But then the awesome thing, like so, I might have to change it up at some point. But up until recently, before I got the Akbar Omicron, I actually had 6E mods on my Akbar for a long time because I wanted to outspeed Malevolence. Like the Home One versus Malevolence match for me
Hmm.
was something really important to put 6E mods on, and so I specifically put a bad set on him so that I wouldn't be tempted to steal it for one of my other squads.
On Akbar.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so well, because what I've had it happen a couple times to me where I'm like, how did my Rex get so slow? Like I want him to be 310-ish speed,
Hmm.
and sometimes I'm like, why are you 280 speed, Rex? Like what happened?
Yeah.
And it's because I put really fast mods on him, and then at some point in a moment of weakness, I'm like, you don't need that. Like I'll just take all your good mods and replace them
Hmm.
and then I have really bad results because I'm like relying on Rex to have the stuff, and he doesn't have the stuff. He's got garbage. So
Yeah. Yeah. And like that's the thing is like I want like fleets are important, but I also need the characters modded properly
right.
for squads.
Well, and to be clear, for those of you who don't know, because I always get this question,
Mhm.
and if you don't know, you don't know. The 6E mods is all you need for fleets. Like you can increase your like ship GP by adding like by upgrading the 6E mods and everything, but it doesn't increase stats. It just increases GP.
Mhm.
So I would imagine if they ever release 7 dot mods, which I'm not trying to say it should or shouldn't happen, but if they ever do, I would imagine the jump from 6A,
Mhm.
so 6E and 6A for ships is the exact same. I would imagine the jump from 6A to 7E would be a
Mhm.
similar, like, okay, that actually increases the stats on the ship.
Yeah.
And then the further, like, if you get to 7A, it wouldn't increase. So just
Right.
just as an aside for people. And Omicrons also have no impact on stats
Right. Right.
for
But
ships.
Zetas do.
Zetas do,
Yeah.
and Omegas, yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So and another ship related question, Adam Morehouse was asking.
Oh, hey, another Adam.
Another Adam.
All right.
So he says if he wants to hedge his bets on Profundity and start slow farming the requirements, which couple of the characters would have the best value to start on?
Ooh, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have thoughts? I mean, you always have thoughts,
I
but
always have thoughts.
that's on our other podcast. So
um, so I mean, obviously this depends on your roster with how the rest of it is built. Um, I personally, so I've started working on this, and what I did was obviously Mon Mothma's done because she was already relicked for Luke or one of the
Jedi Master
Lukes.
Luke, yep. Mm-hmm.
One of the Lukes. And then Kyle was at Relic 5 for Starkiller, so I just bumped him to 2 relic levels right away, and that way he is done.
Yep.
But the rest of them I have to gear. So I'm probably in a fairly similar boat. I personally started with Biston because that is the rebel ship right now that I know I want to work on,
Yeah.
so that I can have a stronger rebel fleet right away, even while I'm working towards Profundity. So that's why I started with him. And then I think it also makes sense because if you are going to have these requirements being built, you have Mon Mothma, you have Kyle, you have Biston and Cassian. So you could kind of do like a weird, like not your typical Mon Mothma Rebel Fighter team, but you could do a Rebel Fighter team out of those 4 plus a fifth. Um, Not that I'm saying that that's like the Mon Mothma team that you would want to build,
Right.
but
Mm-hmm.
in the meantime, you could use it. So that's probably where I would start. What would you do?
Yeah. So basically that. So I think the best character in terms of I mean, it depends on when you're watching this. Like, if you're watching this right away, then I think the very best idea is like dash because, well, I mean, I hate that he's not double farmed. Like he doesn't have the what is it, enhanced or
Hmm.
the faster farm. The
Oh,
double
accelerated.
accelerated. Yeah, he's not accelerated yet, but you he's a really good character in his own right. Like he can fit on a ton of different teams in threes and fives, and so you want him anyways. Plus, he's one of the four requirements for Star Killer.
Hmm.
There's a ton of reasons to work on him. Especially he's going to be a pilot for probably the best fleet in the game. I mean, for Profundity, and then like Cassian is not one. I'd be like, you know what? If you can sneak some gear on there every once in a while, I guess. But he's never been a character I've advised people to gear until they're to the luxury point where it's like, okay, you have
Hmm.
most of your mandatory, like really strong teams built. Like if you want to get Cassian and K2, work really well as a generalized Mon Mothma team in 3v3. Like really cool stuff. And but if you're listening to me in the in the longer term where Radis is suddenly like available, like Radis and Jin form a really intriguing core for 3v3. 5v5 they're
Hmm.
not as interesting, but 3v3 man, it's I just got destroyed by that combo really
Yeah.
hard this week on my main account. I like one of the times I just couldn't clear it, and some of it's datacrons and everything, but it I don't. I think even without Datacrons, that team is just going to be really strong. So, I mean, there's not much to dislike about the requirements. Like Hera is the only one I don't really love, and my
Hmm.
guess is that we're going to get some kind of boost for Phoenix. Maybe we'll have to wait for 2023 when we get the Ahsoka movie or show out. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think you have the right order there, Sarah. I mean, that sounded condescending, but I just say I agree with
Yeah.
you.
I think it really just depends though, like what you're trying to focus on
Yeah,
while you're going through the requirements. So yeah.
absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
what next?
All
What are
right.
we doing?
Um let's do our character review. You want to go look at Mob Enforcer?
When you say it like that,
uh
hold on. Let me
oh
get
man.
us. I'm right here at the. We've got the we've got the trigger in place.
Triggers
All
in
right.
place. Okay.
Whoa, madness. We're with Mob Enforcer. Okay, so before we
Mhm.
look at the kit at all,
Mhm.
um, why is she gear 9 first off?
Because I believe in fluffing GP for territory battles to gain the stars.
Oh, I forgot about. Okay,
Yeah.
so, okay, do you know anything about her kit?
I know literally nothing.
Okay, so one of the specials, it looks
Mhm.
like the only special is called Thermal Detonator. So I was going to say, and I promise I was going to say this, I thought she had something to do with thermal detonators, but otherwise I don't know anything about her kit at all.
Okay. I, I know literally nothing.
So, for those of you who are wondering why we're looking at this old kit, we're looking
Mhm.
at it because she is now the mob enforcer.
Mhm.
She is now part of the Hut cartel and most likely a Jabba requirement later down the line. And even if not, she's part of the new hot faction, which probably means she's going to get some kind of thing to make her relevant.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to be surprised at all to see her on the list of requirements for Java. So,
Everyone likes thermals, man. Like everyone on our team on the Hut cartel so far. Well, maybe not everyone, but like Boba and Greedo, for
mhm.
instance, they
Mhm.
like him. So two people
Two
plus her.
people.
Yeah. But okay, let's look. What's
Okay.
the basic?
So, her basic deal physical damage to target enemy, 80% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns.
that that's so sad. Like these kits are so simple. It's dirty fighting though. Like, oh, you got to be careful.
Okay. That seems lame. All right. And
Super
then,
lame. Oh, so we can't see it
yeah.
actually. What kind of
Yeah.
character is she? She's a tank.
She's a
Oh.
tank?
Oh. I
She's a
had no
tank?
idea. I had no idea she was a tank. You guys can't see it. Hold on. Let me.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea she was a tank either.
Yeah. If you play, yeah, look where my face used to be, folks.
Like I
Tank.
for sure would have said attacker or support.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tank is crazy, man. Okay.
She's a tank? Oh
We
my
found a new tank.
god.
Could do that for your thumbnail. Did you
uh,
know?
oh man.
Hmm.
Okay. So her special, um, so she places a thermal detonator on target enemy that explodes after 2 turns with a 40% chance for Mob Enforcer to gain 25% turn meter.
Man, this is such a funny like such a I mean, obviously blast from the past. Like they haven't looked twice at this kit since they released it. Like 40% chance is not a good chance, and you
Yeah.
gain 25% turn meter. Like a modern kit would be like, you know, throw it for two, it
Mhm.
explodes in 2 turns, with and you gain 25% turn meter. But there's a 40% chance that if it hits a light side character,
Mhm.
that you gain another 25% chance to gain turn meter. And if it does it against her mortal enemy of some sort, then you can
Mhm.
also gain another 25% turn meter. You know,
This also though, like this is like what a day one character.
right?
And this just highlights for me from the get go that CG
Mm-hmm.
does not know how to write kits. Like the wording of this is just stupid. Like,
Well,
like with a 40% chance for Mob Enforcer to gain 25% turn meter, with a 40% chance, like this turn meter gain, is that happening when she does this move or is that happening when the detonator explodes? Because it's not clear
yeah,
because of
that's
how it's
true.
like, write your kits better.
This is 6 years ago that they wrote it,
they
but
they still do this to this day. The
yeah,
kits are
right.
still phrased poorly.
All
Like
I'm saying is this isn't a good example of like the
it,
people who wrote this are probably not the same people who still work here.
well, it's an ongoing problem.
You're right. I mean, I just criticized it on my own podcast the other day. Like they have serious issues with their technical writing skills. I'm
Oh,
available for hire, guy CG. If you want to hire me, I do have a degree in English, which is probably more than a lot of people who you have hired because they all have better degrees. So, Underworld,
underworld
yeah,
underworld moxie.
Moxie. What's this?
So she gains 15% max health for each living scoundrel ally. In
Okay,
addition, whenever an ally falls below 30% health, there's a 70% chance that Mob Enforcer will gain offense up for 2 turns.
an ally falls below 30% health. That's like,
This is like a really bad tank kit. Like the only thing that is tankish here is that she gains max health for each living
oh
scoundrel
man.
ally. But like,
Well,
yeah,
she gains offense up. It's like, ooh, offense up. Like back in the day, that was probably good, but
like
yeah, sometimes you inflict defense down combined with offense up, and she doesn't taunt. Like, that's what I wonder. So, what were they thinking when they originally came out with some of these kits? Of like, why did they make her a tank? Like, what good did that do back then? Like, right now we have a
mhm,
bunch of things that use tank. Like, hey, if you're a tank, then you get this kind of bonus. Like, you get, like characters will come out, and it's like, oh, well, so in addition with all of my other cool leadership abilities, like people
mhm.
who are tanks get extra defense, but people who are healers gain extra health, and people who are attackers gain extra offense. Like, Dash's kit is like that. I think he gives specialized bonuses based
Yeah.
off of roles, but that didn't used to exist back in the day.
Well, like I'm just looking at it because like honestly, I truly feel like she's gonna be on the requirement list. And
Hmm.
like just looking at her kit, without her getting a rework, I wouldn't put her like I wouldn't be like, yeah, you're going on the team. Come on, you're in first string. Like, no. I would still I'd gear her up and then be like, well, this was a waste of resources. You're gonna stay on the bench.
Yeah, I wonder how she'd compare in terms of like other versus other tanks, how tanky she actually is.
Mhm.
But, anyways, yeah, like Watt could force her to taunt.
But I mean, isn't isn't Chrysanthemum a tank?
Oh,
So you're
yeah.
not gonna need her on your hut cartel.
I know. We'll just add Bosk. Hmm? Just remove all tanks from bounty hunters.
Oh man. So I don't know. This is kind of sad.
It is. No, I mean it's not a good kit, but okay, so here's the thing. All they need to do, they could add one ability, or they could
Mhm.
add an Omicron to her, or they could, just give her. They could spice it up. Like they've done that in the
Yeah,
past.
they could
Like,
rework her.
I mean, there's a reason this character is has been totally ignored, and we don't know what it does. Like, I remember I did read it once, and I was like, okay, like a condition where your characters go when someone goes below 30% health, like basically they're dead. They fall below 30% health.
Yeah.
There's a like slightly better than average chance that she gains offense up.
Yep.
Like, that's pretty neat.
So that she can do, I guess, more damage with her basic.
Oh, she's already inflicted defense down, probably. So,
Yeah.
all right. But yeah, she'll be a requirement, and my guess is that we'll find a cool use for her. I hope we do.
I guess we'll find out. All right.
Go look at Eth Koth's leadership, real
East
quick.
Koth. Okay.
He's a Jedi.
Thank you.
Well, some people don't know. Look at his
I
leadership.
figured he was. Oh wow. That's his leadership?
Yeah, yeah. I have mods that do more.
Oh
Like
man.
failed mods, but yeah. And it's not even like everyone gets it. Just Jedi allies get like it's
It's oh, that is sad.
you have him at gear
Poor
10. That's
poor
even
dude.
sadder.
Hey man, when you're
Oh
chasing those
man.
stars, you don't look and pay attention. You just start throwing gear around.
Uh
You can't complain. Professor X gets to reap those rewards.
okay, fine, I won't complain. Okay.
uh, all
What do you want to do? Pack
right.
review? We've got about 8 minutes till it's 30 minutes.
We got 8 minutes. Let's do the
Uh-huh.
roster roast. There's no good packs in the store that are not about to expire.
Yeah, you're right about that.
It's just not good. Also, I'm still mad at CG that I can't buy packs off my phone. So
Hmm. I'd be salty too.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this roster roast. I did not look in depth at this, really.
Oh, okay.
So we're both just gonna be in for a surprise.
All right. Surprise indeed.
Okay.
So we've got Darth Pat here
Mm-hmm.
from Fant Molbub. Mub.
I'm assuming those are supposed to be characters that are not translating anymore.
Um, sure. Like what? So like Phantom
Phantom something?
Limb
Lamb?
Lamb Liamb. No, lame. All right.
All
So
right. Okay, so he's
all right.
6.9 million
So
GP.
right around where Professor X is. All right.
Okay, so
And
that's the lens you're gonna look at it at.
of course, at Kyber 5 instead of Kyber 2. All right.
Mm-hmm. All right, so ships.
Sure.
Okay.
Executor. It's a good priority to have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see. Cap. Oh, okay. What is
Missing two capital ships here.
what's Radis and Finalizer? Right?
At this GP, you're missing both?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can we just look at Datacrons? I'm not going to criticize one way or another. I'm just curious. Oh, but BTL. Oh, come on now.
Oh no.
Oh, come on.
But Negotiator's Relict.
You have Relic 8 Negotiator, and the best ship for it is not
3-star.
even like it's a free like it's easy to farm. Go frickin' farm BTL. People keep sending us pictures of ships, coincidentally, that
Mhm.
aren't farmed because they're like they know that's gonna trigger me. But
Yeah.
dear lord.
Oh. Okay.
Well, so we can play the game of like which GLs do they have, and I would say normally not. I wouldn't think they have Kenobi because of BTL, but yeah. So they don't have Ray,
No Ray, no Kylo.
right? Right, no Ray, no Kylo. I would say normally don't JKL or JML. Sorry, JMK.
JMK. Too many acronyms.
No
Uh,
JFK either.
um, oh man. Okay. The vulture and hyena bomber aren't finished either.
Okay, so you wonder why you're just like
And the rebel Y-wing.
you wonder why you're barely into Kyber right now. The reason you can't get higher in Kyber and you're just like probably dipping into rhodium sometimes is because your ships are awful and they're stupid.
Oh
There's nothing
man.
good about this. A Relic 7 Marauder
Mm-hmm.
with a 3-star bomber.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only Relic 4 on Mando
On
on Bando.
Mando. Ah.
See, this is I get so like weary.
The battle bee just surprises me. Like that one, I'm like, man, that's just such a
It's a really good
good.
one.
It's a good ship. Yeah. Sorry, did you want to look at Datacrons?
Could we just take a quick glance real
Yeah.
quick? Okay, that's fine. I won't offer an opinion. I was just curious.
Okay. So characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know he
So
has
so F minus on ships.
minus. Okay, so Luke and Kenobi for GLs.
Okay.
Okay.
No sign of Star Killer so far, though. I did note he did have a Relic 5, uh, Katarn,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember if he had a dash. I mean, like he had the ship unlocked, so maybe he's been. Okay, so
Well, we could
he only
just
has 2 GLs. That's fine. My Professor X only has 2 GLs as well.
okay.
Though I'm in
And
Kyber
those
too.
GLs. You have the same GLs. You have Luke and
I
Kenobi.
do. So yeah, good priority there.
Um, I just wanted to see Mara.
Okay.
No Mara. So no
Oh,
to the Star Killer.
oh man.
This is sad because Mara, like, okay, so this is the thing. Like Palpatine, Vader, Piet, like not even just Piet, but like Palpatine, Vader, then you add Mara in there. You just stick 2 other Empire and you're solid. Like
I
Mara's
mean,
just so good.
okay, so here's what's going on. This is a lack of discipline actually, and gosh, I know it's a roster roast. I still don't want to be too much of a jerk here, but here's the thing. Yeah, I know hard nodes aren't the most fun to farm on,
Mm-hmm.
and you can get gear on them and everything. You are shooting yourself in the foot so hard right now by not farming any hard nodes. And like those ships, it's criminal how unfarmed those things are. Like it's horrific, just terrible. And Mara Jade is another one. Like so they're like farming Cantina
Yeah.
characters, but Mara Jade is going to take too long because it's on a hard node, so that not even any attention is being paid. Even
Yeah.
though even at gear 11, she's fine. She actually does a lot of work at gear 11.
Yeah. Like I was using her before she was 7 star.
So
Yeah.
I'm I'm all kinds of sad. It's like, uh, but they are farming Iden for some reason.
Right.
5-star.
Well,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Mara's not that high of a energy. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Getting sidetracked. Um, obviously, so he's got executors, so his bounty hunters are
Still atrocious.
minimal.
Hey, you have the Zam Zeta or Omicron for no reason.
Mando
'Cause
and Grief are so sad.
I know. Well, you need Grief and Mando to actually make, or at least Aura or something like the Zam Omicron. It'll give you a few stat boosts, I guess. There's no Fennec. There's Fennec's hard to farm, so why would you farm him or farm her?
Man.
Hey, look at that. They have sign of Jingo though. Okay.
um, do you have another faction you want to look at?
I don't want to look at anything else, but let's look at Jedi, I guess.
Okay.
Sure, there's gonna be something. Yeah. So, hey, look, Kanan is has relics though, so that's good.
Oh,
Good
I
for
didn't even
you.
notice that. Qui-Gon Omicron.
Yeah, that's fine. They have the Jedi to back it up. What else? Working on Kieti Mundi. That's fine.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, Basti's probably one of the most useful Jedi's here. Like,
To
maybe
Relic.
maybe consider actually investing in anything she does. Okay.
Man. Okay.
All right.
Do you want to look at Rebels?
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So they've got a good Mon Mothma team. See how
Oh,
how's Mon Mothma modded? How's Mod Mothma? Well, some tenacity. Not fast.
hmm.
Okay. I feel defeated.
You
Seeing my
you
energies.
feel you feel defeated. I just noticed Kyle has his Omicron too.
So does Rolo.
So does Rolo
Wow. So double Omicrons.
for TB.
Yeah. Hey, one of the Zetas on Farm Boy Luke. Yay for that.
uh okay. Radis is only 2-star?
They
Why
probably
is
just haven't
Radis only
pushed.
two? They probably just haven't pushed upgrade.
Yeah, probably. They
Okay.
haven't even. Sabine's only 6-star because why
Oh
farm
wow.
hard nodes? Don't farm hard nodes, guys. Don't do it. Do not farm hard nodes.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man. Okay.
Sith and call it good.
Sith and call it good. Okay. Oh man. Okay. Uh I mean,
So you'll see Darth Talon is being farmed because she's in
yep.
Cantina. You can farm her in Cantina.
Farmer quick ish.
Right. She's not a hard node, so you can't just skip it.
I don't know.
There's nothing too bad about this. I mean, the
I'm also trying to figure out like where are we headed next here? What's the next goal?
so I'm wondering if it's Sith Eternal because they do have some on Dooku. They have Marauder at 7
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, Palpatine.
How's Krennic? So Krennic is card node, so maybe we'll see. If Krennic is farmed, then I think they're going Sith Eternal next. Let's see.
Six
Moment of
star.
truth. Oh yeah, they're farming him.
So Sith Eternal next.
I don't know why you're not doing Sith. I guess Sith Eternal works because if you have Executor done, then a lot of your characters overlap. But
Right.
all right, Sarah, I'm sad. We're out of
Okay.
time. Should we just call it good?
Yeah, we can call it good. I'm a little sad now too.
We've been defeated once again. Another
Sad.
roster roast.
You'll recoup for next week.
I'll rally.
All right. I guess that's it then.
Yeah, guys. Remember to hit sub and all of that stuff. Ding the bell, even if you're brave.
Yeah, do crazy things like that.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all.